first season of O Real Original. I'm Corey Dempsey.
And I'm Andrew Beam. O Real Original is a podcast that studies the phenomenon of twin films, basically movies that cover the same subject area that come out within a 12-month period as each other, not in the same calendar year. That's been asked of me a couple of times. So.
Yeah, not the same calendar year. I had to make some allowances to allow some other films into the discussion that I wanted to talk about.
And I think that's a fair thing.
I think it is a fair thing. It lists it that way on the Twin Films Wikipedia page, so I feel like I'm not too far out.
It's a great outline to go with.
Yeah, Wikipedia, very good. We're going to explore the films through the lens of a fight, boxing, MMA, whatever your violent sport of choice is. 2 movies will enter the ring, but only one can emerge victorious. There won't be any ties.
And there's going to be 5 rounds in this fight, and then each round is going to be scored out of 10. The first round is always going to be looking at, the talent involved, meaning like the writers, directors, the actors, and then we'll take the 2 teams that were basically assembled for each film and pit them against each other and see who wins.
Indeed. And then the next 4 rounds, we're going to hone in on some specific plot points that were similar with the 2 movies and then decide which one executed it better. After that, we're going to take all 5 rounds, tally them up on our scorecards, and then declare a winner. And this is our first season. There will be 8 episodes in this first season. We're going to be exploring a bunch of different matchups. Beam, what are some of the matchups that we're exploring here?
Well, like today, we're going to be looking at rom-coms, but other movies we're going to be covering is impending disasters, volcanoes maybe popping up in your neighborhood, or just general anxiety about nuclear warfare and a nuclear holocaust. Basically a whole bunch of different films we'll be looking at.
Yeah, we're also going to take a look at some 80s franchises that got a revival, 90s sports movies that were very important to our childhood, as well as oncoming comets. That was maybe the conception of this whole idea.
Yeah. No, I mean, those 2 movies kind of stuck out so much that we explored what else were there.
Yeah. And that's what led me to the Wikipedia page and thus this podcast.
Yeah.
Another thing with this podcast that we're trying to do is promote the local artists. And with that, we are going to be asking a local artist to come on each episode and be our 3rd guest judge to help decide which movie did it better. And our inaugural guest, Bree Morrison, local comedian. Bree, how's it going?
It's going so well. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely.
You will not be excited when I have to do the intro. I will say that. I mean, the thing about it is it's a lot of yelling.
Yeah, it's loud.
It's very loud.
But it's necessary because
what you just did now wasn't the intro?
No. It is an intro, but there's
like 5 intros. There's layers of intros that we have to do to get to the actual episode, apparently.
And speaking of, Beam is pulling double duty here. He is not just the judge, but he is the quote-unquote ring announcer. And so, to announce these 2 movies that we're going to be doing in this first episode, here's Andrew Beam.
Yeah, so what we should at least kind of mention, too, up front is that if you've ever seen any sort of UFC fight, it's got this guy, Bruce Buffer, who introduces fights, and I'm basically going to take that and try and recreate it, channel the energy and recreate it. So I'm going to apologize and get myself situated for that, and then hold this because it's very small words.
I feel like it should be coming down from above somehow.
It would be cool. We just don't have that level.
We talked about it. I don't know if we have that here available.
Yeah, no.
We have a lot of stuff. It's great.
I can stay on the table and you could sit on the thing.
Alex, is this possible? Can we hang something from the ceiling, microphone-wise, and have one of you guys slowly lower it down?
Next week.
Okay. I'm only kidding. Cool.
He's not kidding.
It's an idea. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't kidding. This is the only event of the evening, sanctioned by absolutely no one. I guess we could say Metroland, though.
Yeah, Metroland.
In a way, all right. You know what? I may switch
Metroland money? What?
Our 3 judges scoring the contest this evening are Corey Dempsey, Andrew Beam, and Bree Morrison. There is no referee because And now, for those in attendance and the 1 or 2 people listening around the capital region, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live, but not really at all because it's being recorded at the Jive Hive somewhere in Albany. It's time! 5 rounds for the best movie where people try to hook up without catching feelings but ultimately fail. Introducing first, a film where a teenagers awkwardly tries to finger a girl, gets denied, meets her later in life, where they eventually fall in love because, exactly, no strings attached! And their opponent, a film where two people meet through work, become friends, fuck, but try and stay just friends, and then they, of course, fall in love. Friends with benefits!
All right, Beam, thank you for that introduction. That was lovely. Bree, before we get into anything specific about these movies, I sent you a whole list, and you picked out the rom-coms specifically. What is it about rom-coms that really drew you to want to discuss that as this topic?
In this period of life, I remember having that moment where these two movies came out, and I remember I feel like I was going crazy because I was like, "Isn't this the same movie as this movie? What is that?" So when I found out that was an option, it just brought me right back to that moment, and I knew I was meant to do this one.
I was just getting out of a bad relationship, so this idea of friends with benefits at that moment, like I felt like Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis because I was also emotionally damaged and broken. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, this seems like the move. This whole idea, not real relationships, but friends with benefits. And so I absolutely loved these movies when they came out. Did you immediately see them? Where were you at with that?
What year was it?
2011.
2011. So I was in college. I would have been like 20 years old. I honestly don't think I saw either one of them in theaters. I just remember kind of like the publicity, I guess, around it. And then I had seen bits and pieces of both kind of like throughout the years. They were never movies that I was able to like keep on the whole time. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get to the rounds, I have some fun facts and some figures just to kind of introduce the movies, what they're about. No Strings Attached was released January 21st, 2011 by Paramount Pictures, directed by Ivan Reitman, written by Elizabeth Merriweather, who is of New Girl fame, and Mike Samanek. It was shot by Roger Stoifers and music by John Debney. It made $149.2 million on a budget of $25 million. The days when rom-coms were actually successful in movie theaters. That was a time.
Now that you say the New Girl thing with No Strings Attached, yeah, that makes so much sense.
A lot of
yeah,
sense.
I'm like, okay, I see the like group posse like banter. Okay, yeah. And also that guy.
What guy?
Nick isn't his name in New Girl?
Oh, Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson,
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
probably my favorite character in No Strings Attached.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I liked. I thought Greta Gerwig was delightful.
We're gonna get to that
Okay,
because
we will.
I have a hot take.
Okay, all right.
Friends with Benefits was released July 22nd, 2011 by Sony Pictures. It was directed by Will Gluck. It was written by Will Gluck, Keith Merriman, David A. Newman, and Harley Payton, an entirely male writing team. I think some of that comes through.
100%.
Yep. Shot by Michael Grady. No composer for this film. They used a lot of original music. It made $149.5 million on a budget of $35 million. So it made around the same amount. Friends with Benefits made slightly more, although $10 million more on the budget.
Was that to get Justin Timberlake in?
I don't know. I think probably the music also had something to do with it, having to license all those original tracks. That probably had something to do with it. And then this is the most interesting part about these movies, I think, is there's a lot of connections between these movies that exist. So the first one is No Strings Attached was originally titled Fuck Buddies. That wasn't going to fly for a major studio release.
Absolutely.
So they changed it to Friends with Benefits. At that point, they learned of this other film that was being made
Wait,
by
do you
a
mean
different
No Strings
studio.
Attached?
No Strings Attached was named Friends with Benefits.
Oh, I didn't
And
know
they
that.
changed it
Okay.
from Fuck Buddies to Friends with Benefits.
Oh, shit.
That's when they learned that this other film existed, and so finally they changed it to No Strings Attached.
Wow, I didn't know that it went through that kind of name
It did.
change
It
evolution.
went through this whole situation, and No Strings Attached is what they landed on, which I find funny, because it's also the name of an album by a band called NSYNC.
Yeah. Oh.
Was it intentional?
Oh,
that they,
100%
They
purposeful
knew
choice.
Justin Timberlake was in it, and they're like, "We're gonna call this No Strings Attached."
Yeah. Oh my God. I bet the writer in that room was so fucking pleased
So-
with himself.
so
Like,
proud of
you guys, you'll know.
All right, so we've been talking about these people. Now we need to dive into like an actual analysis. This is going to be round one.
Okay.
The directors of these two movies, Ivan Reitman directed No Strings Attached. He is a legendary director in the comedy genre. He did Ghostbusters, he did Stripes, Meatballs, Twins, Kindergarten Cop, Dave, like a lot of really great comedies from the 80s.
When
and
you
90s.
sent me this, it blew my mind that he did Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I guess I never thought of like it was like a director who had done a different film. Sometimes I just feel like, I don't think of like career directors doing rom-coms, but I was like, oh shit, like Ghostbusters is like big.
It's legit.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
I can't believe they got the guy that did Kindergarten Cop. Like, I just think that's amazing.
Yeah, and Twins is like with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny
Haven't seen
DeVito.
either
That
of
was a
these
huge
movies.
movie. Dave was a great one about a guy impersonating the president. Really wholesome. So he was great. And then Will Gluck directed Friends with Benefits. He did Easy A in 2010, which is also a great movie.
Yeah, which is interesting when I also read that because I was like, well, I liked Easy A and I didn't like Friends with Benefits. Spoiler alert.
Well, I like both of those movies, and I was like, Will Gluck might be on a heater here. He could go somewhere, and then he very much didn't. He made the Netflix rom-com Anyone But You most recently with Sydney Sweeney
No,
and
they
Glenn
really
Powell.
tried so hard with that, I feel like.
They did. They tried really hard with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell.
I haven't seen that one actually.
No, me
at all.
either. I saw all the PR around it. I feel like it was like inundated. It was like this. Oh my god, this summer was rough between that and like It Fucking Ends With Us. Oh my god, you couldn't. It was everywhere.
I had to see it because I love Glenn Powell. I'm a big Glenn Powell stan. It was fine. There were some charming moments because Glenn Powell's in it and Sydney Sweeney's in it, and they're charming people. But yeah, not great overall. So those are the directors, and then the actors is really what makes a rom-com to me. Like, I have it on my Mount Rushmore, but I will say, like, in a vacuum, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is probably not a very good movie. The only reason it works is because Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey have just like electric chemistry. And so that's really what makes the film. So
I can't even remember who else is in that, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah.
I mean, the other people don't matter, really.
What's her name? Judy
Greer.
Judy Greer. I think she's in that.
I think she's in it. Catherine Hahn's in it. She's great.
Yeah.
So, but like, it's all about the two leads. So Ashton and Natalie Portman in No Strings Attached versus Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake in Friends with Benefits. Who do you feel like has better chemistry? Do you feel like there even is one? Are certain people dragging it down, as we have alluded to? Brie, where do you stand on that?
Oh, I stand 100% confidently behind Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher. I think having the better chemistry. And the Ashton's acting aside, I just didn't really. I don't know. I didn't get the vibe between Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis. It wasn't selling me.
I thought they had great chemistry, honestly, and like I believed it. Maybe it's just because it's two very beautiful people doing it, and like that works on me, and I'm shallow like that. That's quite frankly a legit possibility. I also think it was partly the No Strings Attached problem was a little bit the script.
Yeah.
Because it felt like Ashton wasn't really doing the No Strings Attached thing. He was just he was
like,
trying
you're
to be
gonna fall in
close
love
to
with
her,
me.
and like he was going to break her down eventually. Like he wasn't really. They weren't on an equal playing field.
He was trying to
I
finger
agree.
her since they were in camp, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so like that's
since day one.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
think he's gonna
right.
change his feelings like right off the bat.
Yeah, so like it felt like that was part of it. It felt a little bit more creepy. Whereas like with Friends with Benefits, like they feel like they're both in on the same thing.
Well, like life brought them together through
Life
that.
brought them
like,
together,
Yeah.
and then it was a bit of they were both just kind of coming at their own pace, and like it just so happened that Mila was ready to do it sooner than Justin, and he took a little longer, which also just tracks because fucking men are idiots. So speaking from personal experience, so like I don't know, I like that aspect better. It doesn't feel like it was necessarily Ashton's fault. I don't like Ashton Kutcher as an actor, generally speaking, but like that piece of the character at least just was a bit more off-putting to me, at least.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense to me. I just think I don't know. I didn't find like, and maybe that's just because as like an actress, I think I feel like attracted to Natalie Portman than like Mila Kunis. How she kind of just like she's like a rough and grumble. Like I feel like she delivers her lines like I don't know how to explain it.
She's got a very distinct persona that she kind of does every single movie.
She's got a ball buster kind of persona, it feels like. And she's gonna give it back to you as good as you give it. Yeah.
And I feel like that's a good match for Justin Timberlake because I feel like he has kind of like that shitty little prick attitude when he acts, you know.
So that's why I feel like they work.
I do see that. I think as an acting pair, they made more sense, and I can see that. But yeah, I feel like I enjoyed the back and forth between Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher more. I like don't like Ashton Kutcher. I don't think he did a good job in that movie, you know. But I think I could.
So that I was vibing really
those two them. More. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beam, where do you stand on these?
So I know we had actually done something on this before, and I know, and I'm only being transparent in the sense of. I fucking railed against Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher, I believe, the first time around, and was very much for Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis. I don't know why. This time watching it, I still don't think Ashton Kutcher is good, but I can at least see the idea of like a guy who's very into her. And like obviously wants to get with Natalie Portman's character in that. Natalie Portman clearly being like, you don't want to do this. I'm emotionally unavailable. You know, all that. I could see Ashton Kutcher doing that thing where he's convincing himself that he could do the no strings attached thing. Almost as a means to just kind of get with her. Now, does he play it as well in this? No, he doesn't. But I felt like the interplay grew on me as time went on, where like somehow it seemingly started to work for me more of the way through. Right off the bat, you feel the chemistry with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis. The issue I think I have with it is it became exhausting after a while. It stays one speed the entire time. And doesn't really alter. It's literally just like, hey, we're really good at having a back and forth. And it felt like
fair.
And it felt like that's what it was, where for some reason this watch I was like, I'm not here for it. Where like it kind of was more interesting to have basically like with no strings attached, someone having, this is gonna be the wrong phrasing, but like the upper hand in the matter with Natalie Portman clearly, driving the ship on this one.
Well, it also just makes sense. Like, if you're casting Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman, like, yeah, Ashton Kutcher is far below Natalie Portman.
Oh,
he better be chasing her.
No.
Otherwise, it's not necessarily believable.
No, absolutely. But it's more so that the dynamic existed in that regard. Albeit it's with a horrific actor like Ashton Kutcher. But, at the same time, I did kind of like that, and I kind of like sort of had them evened out, and then they were on the same level.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of I kind of was leaning more towards with no strings attached.
Okay.
On that one.
Another important piece of the rom-com formula is all of the supporting players around them. Mm-hmm. They need to show up to bring lightness, to do certain things. I feel like both have a really all-star cast, so I want to focus just on Friends with Benefits for a moment. In this, you have Woody Harrelson as Dylan's coworker, Justin Timberlake's character. Patricia Clarkson playing Jamie, Mila Kunis' mother. Excellent.
She's great, yeah.
And Richard Jenkins playing Dylan's father, who has Alzheimer's. You also have Jenny Elfman and Noah Gould of Modern Family fame as Dylan's sister and his nephew. Mm-hmm. How'd you feel about the supporting cast and what they brought to the movie and those specific storylines? Did they do anything for you?
I thought the whole Woody Harrelson, I was annoyed by that. It was just like, okay, all right, your character's fucking gay. I get it. Like, it was just so, like, he was just going so hard on it, and it was too much.
Very hard.
Yeah. I feel like the sister, I liked her. I felt like she, like, when, he was, like, home for that weekend, she had, like, a good kind of vibe. Obviously, what's Patricia Clarkson? Yeah. And that makes sense, too, because that's the Easy A guy, yep. Right? Yeah. Yeah, you could throw her anything and she'd fucking shine. I do love her. But I felt like they were all good as the individual character, which I'm sure we'll get to like the next with No Strings Attached on how I feel like the group worked together more as a group. But I thought that they did good as like the standalone.
Yeah, and I particularly liked the Richard Jenkins Alzheimer's storyline. Like I thought it really did deepen Timberlake's character, and it like made him make sense a bit more.
Revealed a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean, otherwise he would have like.
He would just be a fucking
him.
shithead.
Yeah.
And like that, I mean, it was tossed in, and like so was they tossed in a bunch of stuff at that point, like also him having math issues and a stutter.
Yeah,
and
that
just,
seemed like
it was just thrown together.
We don't think the dying dad's enough to really make you feel like you can stand and be patient with Justin Timberlake. We need to make his shit worse. Like he really overcame a lot, so you actually can't be mad at him for sucking.
Yeah, like they threw a lot at you in that one piece.
Yeah.
But I did feel like it worked to a degree that it made me like his character and want to root for him a little bit more. Beam, how'd you feel about this? Did you dig on Woody Harrelson? Because I mean, I'm a huge Woody Harrelson fan, but I absolutely hear what you're saying. That's
too much.
It was hitting you over the head.
It was like, it was offensively too much. Like I don't know. And I understand like things from like a long time don't always like hold up, but that I was like, you're not doing yourself any favors here, guys.
I found him being relentless about it kind of hilarious, like especially during the pickup basketball game for some reason.
The pickup basketball game is the one that did it for me.
Yeah, or the no skin, more pipe for me line is like one of the greatest things that I've heard come out of Woody Harrelson's mouth.
I also liked when he jumped over the railing onto his boat, and I'm not taking a ferry unless it's out to dinner and a movie. Yeah. There were some good lines. I liked it.
And I mean, again, it does seem like the movie only had one speed.
Yep,
obviously,
very much one
with
speed.
him and just kind of doing that. But no, and I liked like Richard Jenkins and that was good. But I can't. Ludicrous, Mindy Kaling. To have Jake Johnson in it. Gosh, I know I'm forgetting like a whole host of people in it.
The girl that looks like that Kat Dennings girl, but isn't the Kat Dennings girl.
That one.
Is it the Nick and Nora girl?
I forget.
She's got like the dark raven hair.
You're talking about Lake Bell? Oh, the little sister. Oh, Olivia Thirlby.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Also, Lake
she
Bell,
is not in Nick and Nora, I don't think, but she is in Juno as Juno's best friend.
Right. She has like a crush on the older teacher. Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of stuff.
Was her husband old in that movie too? Or was he?
No, he was just an Indian gentleman. Okay. He was her age. Olivia Thirlby, Jake Johnson, Kevin Kline as the dad is hysterical to me.
Amazing.
So this is actually where my hot take comes in. Is Jake Johnson and Greta Gerwig, they get together in this movie. That was the more interesting rom-com to me.
100%.
I wanted to see that movie so much more than I wanted to see.
Sweet talked their way into that. I agree.
They were so adorable, and I was like, "That's the movie.
That's the reboot we need." You know what I mean?
If we're gonna reboot anything, like this movie was successful, let's get the Jake Johnson, Greta Gerwig thing. So like, I don't know. It's not necessarily. Maybe it's not a hot take because you're completely on board with me, but like, all the stuff that's going on around Ashton and Natalie is so much better in No Strings Attached. Like I think you said, like their dynamic.
They're a group. They work together. The supporting cast is supporting each other and they're supporting the film, whereas like the supporting cast in Friends with Benefits is like the individual actors themselves doing a great job with that character, but they don't really interact as a group at large. Like even like the guy that she's like dating in med school, like, like talks to like Ashton Kutcher, and then he also like has like the scenes at the end where he's like going into the closet with the other guy, like, so
that was very much tacked on, but I liked it.
Yeah, it was just like a little extra, like they were like, oh, throw that. We're not doing bloopers, but throw something in, It
was basically a blooper.
It's like we have enough. We have like a certain amount of contracted screen time for this actor, and like his scene got cut just a little bit too short, so we're just gonna throw this in.
Well, they also threw in the Lake Bell and Kevin Kline thing at the end there, so that was
out
also
of nowhere. Which
great.
I mean, but it was like kind of fitting, sort of. Although
it
I felt
absolutely
like
tracks.
I mean, well, it felt forced though because it's not like they actually did hook up. Where it kind of felt like what he did was really going for like the women that he did actually hook up with. But Carrie, how do you pronounce this last name?
Carrie Elwes?
Is it Elwes? Dude, all right. So I watched this with my wife Sarah, and she got so upset.
Wait,
with him.
Carrie Elwes is the older doctor who Natalie Portman wants to like be
Oh
with.
my god, I didn't
Yeah.
recognize him. Are you for
'Cause
real?
he's got the glasses and the
Yeah.
clipboard the whole time, but that's Carrie Elwes.
Yeah.
Oh
dude.
shit, I didn't recognize him.
Sarah was so pissed. She's like, "What the fuck is going on with this doctor?" And I
No,
was
that
just
was
like,
so stupid and out of nowhere. And also, like, she would get fired. You know what I mean? Like, so unprofessional in med school. Like, I just thought, like, so much of her character made sense except for that one fucking
Well,
snippet.
we're
and,
already
like,
suspending disbelief that her and Ashton Kutcher. So I think we can at least allow that.
I don't know. Carrie Elwes was looking mighty fine.
Oh,
with
yeah,
those
I mean, I
glasses.
get
Very
it,
distinguished
but-
and
Carrie
smart.
always doesn't stop looking good.
Yeah, he does.
Let's be honest.
He's pretty excellent.
Yeah. What is he doing now?
I have no idea.
look it up.
This was the last movie I saw him in that I at least
I
like
would hate for this to
know
be the
it.
last movie that he was in.
because he was given nothing to do too, except just like standing over there and look distinguished and good, and he did that.
Quietly judge,
A+.
I think, a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
like,
quietly judge these younger doctors.
Yeah,
That was
they
definitely an
are
important
messes.
Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't recognize
Yeah,
him. That's
I
crazy.
mean, great
When you
stuff.
said it, I was like racking my brain. I think you saw it happen like
yeah, dude, I was
real
looking
time.
at him and staring
You were
directly
looking at me
you, trying to
like,
figure it
is
out.
Carrie Elwes
Oh,
in this
he
movie?
was
I'm
in
like,
this movie.
yeah.
What?
So the only other thing I want to just bring up before we kind of score this round and like announce the winner of this round in particular is I really love the cameos in Friends with Benefits. Emma Stone, Andy Samberg,
Shaun
Jason
White.
Segel, and Rashida Jones in the movie within the
Like, in
movie,
the beginning, yeah.
and then Shaun White. Like all those cameos really work for me like a lot. They're all really hilarious, and I don't know. It doesn't. They are cameos. They're just bit parts, but like they really add something. And like I thought it was
think
hilarious.
it's fun because I feel like a cameo is a nice, like it's like an inside joke with your audience. It's like, oh, look who's here.
Yeah,
you
Emma Stone,
know,
Easy
and
A,
did
like
a great, did like a, it's fun and it kind of keeps you paying attention, which tracks because you get bored between Mila Kunis's and Justin Timberlake's chemistry that you need something to keep you paying attention to the movie, or else you're just gonna kind of drift off. So I feel like that does make sense.
Did they ever ask John Mayer what his thoughts were about the movie?
I don't know, but that Emma Stone line is so hilarious. Do you remember it?
No.
He shows up late and they miss My Body is a Wonderland, and she says to him, next time, why don't you just shit on my face? Because that's the same thing as making me miss My Body is a Wonderland.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's just dynamite stuff. And then Shaun White's whole persona is just like so hilarious. I really love it. It's great stuff. So taking into account all this stuff, the cameos, the supporting cast, the lead characters, the directors, everything involved, who do you have winning this round for you?
For me, I have No Strings Attached because I think that I like how the group interacts more within, it's like a little network of friends and like seeing how that kind of all goes. And I feel like that made the movie feel like cozier to me. So I'm going with No Strings Attached.
So in this round in particular, I'm also going to go No Strings Attached, but just with the slightest of edges because I do like Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake together. I think they have dynamite chemistry, but everything happening around Kutcher and Portman is so much better in No Strings Attached that like it just brings it over the edge for me. Like I could watch Jake Johnson and Greta Gerwig all day.
Yeah.
I could watch Chris Ludacris Bridges making dick jokes all day long. Like it's hilarious to me. So like everything that's happening outside of that, Kevin Kline and his whole shtick in that movie, like it's just a bit better for me. So I'm scoring it 10-9 in favor of No Strings Attached. Beam, what about you?
Yeah, 10-9, No Strings Attached. I almost wanted to dock points for the criminal underuse of Mindy Kaling and Ludacris, but I feel like I could have had more of that a little bit too.
Definitely could have had more of it. They are excellent when they show up, but
They are.
it is sparing.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise I got to give it 10 because as much as the focus being on Justin Timberlake as and Mila Kunis as the pair is better, kind of a similar thing. It's just everything that was I didn't really think about it that way. Everything else going around is kind of what made No Strings Attached for me. But I, for some reason this time around, actually didn't mind the chemistry between them. It built on me.
I do get that. Like it is
Well,
much
like
more of a
in the
slow burn.
movie, Ashton Kutcher does wear you down.
He wears
You
you
know,
down just
'cause-
like he wears Emma Kurtzman
and
down.
Oh, God.
It's
I don't
just-
want to think about what else.
So
he's been
Bree,
wearing
you
down.
have to apply a score to this.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with MMA scoring, whatever's winning gets a 10 basically,
Okay.
unless you're docking it points for something.
Okay.
And then it's whether you find it to be a decisive victory or if it's a bit more of a close matchup. So for you, is it close or is it kind of a blowout?
It's not close. It's not close. No Strings Attached is winning for me.
So you thought it
I
was
am
like
docking it for the casting of Ashton Kutcher. Like that is like a big block for me. But I think that
Am I fair in saying a 10-9 because of the doc? I feel like unless we give it a 9-8.
I'm saying it like a 9-6.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We can go 9-7.
7,
9-6 is too
9-7.
much.
You're like, I
9-7.
really can't
It's like,
handle
this is
that.
getting-
You won't.
This is getting out of control.
It's getting out of control off the bat.
9-7.
You can go 9-7.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I can,
and
I
maybe
can live
just
with that.
because like the Friends with Benefits was like the first one of the two that I watched, and I watched that like like a little while ago, and then I watched No Strings Attached last night, or not last night, but like a couple nights ago. So it's like maybe because it's more recent, but I remember watching Friends with Benefits and just thinking like this sucks. This movie
No, I mean, if
sucks.
that's your lasting impression, like
Yeah.
that's what it is. All right, so now rounds 2 through 5, we are going to go with the rom-com tropes.
Okay.
These rom-com tropes exist in every single rom-com. There's the meet cute. There is the montage, the fun dating montage. In this movie, it's a sex montage because it's all about,
Because they're just doing it.
yeah, they're just doing it and trying not to have
That's
feelings.
what the whole fucking thing's about, right?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do with this. So the montage becomes a sex montage. There is the fight, the will they, won't they, the breakup. That is round 4 in this case. And then round 5 is the reconciliation. And in rom-coms, there's usually some big speech associated with that reconciliation. A lot of the most famous rom-com lines come from those. You complete me. You had me at hello. Both from the same movie, if I'm not mistaken. What's
Are
the
they in the
Notting,
same
what's
fucking
the Notting
speech?
Hill line? Shit. I'm just a man, or I'm just a girl standing in front of a man asking her to love me, or asking him to love me. I forget which way it goes, but that's in Notting Hill. What? That's not from Notting Hill?
No, I haven't seen Notting Hill.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't like old movies.
That's the 90s though.
Yeah.
You said the 80s was the cutoff. You
it's
can go back to
I know
that.
that
Come
is.
on now. Come on now. Notting Hill. So there's a lot of famous speeches, and so we have to analyze the speech as a part of the reconciliation at the end. And then there's a bonus round which I'm saving, and I'll get to that.
Okay.
Bonus rounds.
Ooh.
So in Friends with Benefits, the meet cute is Mila Kunis is a headhunter trying to recruit Timberlake to become the art director at GQ magazine. After the interview, they share a lovely day together in the city. Jamie brings Dylan up to her favorite spot in the city, which is on top of a building, and she claims that's the only place that you can see the stars in the city. She also tells him she's never brought anyone else up there, so it's establishing this, intimacy between them very early on. Then there is a flash mob that breaks out in Times Square as a part of this meet cute. I want to stay here for a second. How did we feel about this meet cute?
I feel like, classic. It's two unsuspecting people. She's just doing her job. He's like taking a chance. Being kind of like foisted together. I feel like Flash Mob is definitely the like. It's just
it's
a
a
part of its
snapshot
time.
of the early 2010s.
100%. Like I do like it. I do like it. But yeah, it's definitely very specific.
And this is before the
Point.
Timberlake Kunis chemistry can really wear on you, so it's very much charming at this point.
Yeah.
So like I think this is like the best part of the movie, personally. Like it is excellent.
Like, it's just New York and people are wacky and we do these things.
And they just do a flash mob in the middle of Times Square. I don't know what the voice that you're doing
I'm
is, but I'm
flash
just trying to
mobbing
do
here.
it. So, Beam, what about you with this Friends with Benefits
I want
meet
to
cute?
immediately docket points for the
For the fucking flash mob because you hate
I
it?
can't fucking stand flash mobs.
Because you can't stand fun and free spirited.
You're right. I hate fun, but like
That's why you're sitting over there with your sunglasses on?
I was going to say that, but I thought that was like rude and really mean, and actually like would cut, and everybody would be like, "Oh, it's awkward in here." No, I fucking hate flash mobs. However, I agree with you. The chemistry in the building in the beginning is at least fresh and not annoying the shit out of me or tiring me out or what
She
have
shows
you.
up to the airport with the little sign of his name and like lipstick.
The lipstick, and then she jumps on the conveyor belt and she's riding it around, and it's so funny and so charming. And I
That
like
time
it.
around, though, it
Physical
didn't get
comedy
me.
is, I think, underrated. Yeah.
I don't know
love
why it
that.
didn't get me this time around, but like, generally I find that funny. But for some reason, I was just like, oh, okay, this is humorous, I guess.
Had they kept up with the hijinks, I felt like that could have been.
I think I would have
Yeah.
hated
That could have
the
been
I
a
think
great line.
it would have sold me more.
Good.
I think I would have hated it more, oddly enough. I don't know why. I would have just been like,
No, hijinks is classified under fun.
you're right. You know,
Yeah.
you, have
You
a
hate
point.
fun.
I
And
hate
free
fun.
spirited.
Noted now.
Yeah.
So No Strings Attached, it has 4 different meet cutes,
Yep.
and it seems to be playing with the idea of fate, that they were always kind of destined to be together.
They were the strings of fate.
Yes, indeed.
But they're anyway.
But they're not attached.
Yeah,
I don't know.
know.
They needed to get
I was
attached.
abandoning it.
That's why they made no sense. You're like, these strings aren't tied together at any point.
At any
The
point
story's
at all.
not
It's
cohesive.
never working.
And it's
So-
also, it's like they meet, it's like it goes from like them being like kids to being like adults and then like a year later. And you're like, okay.
The time jumps, yeah.
Yeah.
They were making my blood boil. Almost as it lasted longer, yet it was boiling the same amount as it would with the
Well,
flash
you know,
mob.
The meat
repeated
cute is like the-
exposure is how it does breed like fondness, you know?
Yes.
So I think that's the key with Ashton Kutcher is he
He just keeps showing up.
he's wearing you down.
Is it stalkery?
Showing up
It
over
might be.
100%.
So the first meet cute, we got to go through all 4 of these.
He
The
installed
first
the
meet
GPS
cute,
tracker when he was fingering her. I'm sorry.
Oh no, he never got the finger. I believe.
Oh,
he got
didn't
shut down immediately.
He didn't get to finger
Yeah.
her?
So
I
the
thought they-
first
Well, I
meet
mean, I
cute.
think later on, I'm going to imagine some fingering.
There was no initial
occurred.
fingering.
Yeah.
There was no initial fingering. Later on, there was definitely some fingering.
It
Okay.
wasn't a successful "Can I finger
But that
you?"
would be an interesting idea just separately, like for, I feel like, maybe a horror film, maybe a comedy horror film where like there's like a guy and a girl and they're hooking up and he fingers her and he installs like a GPS tracker inside of her and he can like find her.
Yeah, Spencer, get on that.
Yeah,
I'm
we're going to do that, Spencer.
fucking terrified.
So the first meet cute happens at Camp Weehawken when they're in their teens, and
What a name. too.
Ashton Kutcher,
She was
Adam,
good.
asks Emma Portman if he can finger her. What the fuck? It's so aggressive right off
Yeah.
the bat.
Yeah.
Usually it would be a guy asking for a hand job, but it goes straight into the finger, which feels so much more invasive, and it's really troubling to me. I don't know. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Two things he
No,
asked.
it's not great.
He did ask.
Second thing,
Yeah, I mean, because you know he's too young to have the Rohypnol. You know, he grows into that now in his
Yeah.
old Ashton Kutcher ages.
and then second thing, he wasn't asking for the pleasure. He was wanting to pleasure her. So you know,
Okay.
that
was nice, I guess.
I turned it around maybe.
Nice try. The second meet cute comes when they are in college. Adam and Jake and Greta, Gerwig's character, all go to college together, seemingly at Michigan, I want to say.
I don't think it matters, does it?
Well, they're in Ann Arbor, so it is Michigan. Does not matter. And Adam points a big foam finger at Natalie Portman's character because she is visiting her friend Patrice. And then Emma invites him to her dad's funeral. Also, what the fuck?
She's like, "Are you doing anything later?"
It's a really weird move.
Well, yeah, I think they had maybe originally planned to have Natalie Portman's character be more of a manic pixie dream girl, but then they just like didn't fully flesh her out, maybe because that just feels like that would have been like this. I feel like it could maybe, yeah, like
That seems like the most likely
it
explanation.
could have been that because that reads Zoe Deschanel to me. You know, like let's go to this.
Let's go to this thing
this
together,
thing.
and it's
And
Oh,
it's a
wait, this
oh,
is
heads up,
funeral?
it's my dad's funeral.
funeral.
And this is cute, and also the other thing that they were trying to do seemingly was really channel Ashton Kutcher's character from Butterfly Effect when he was a frat boy. It was giving me a lot of that.
Yeah.
And the foam finger thing, I
do
gotta
love that
say,
movie.
I love that. What, Butterfly Effect?
Yeah.
Good stuff. I really like the foam finger move. It feels very genuine. I don't like it as a move for like me, but it feels genuine to like
Well,
a
it's a
frat
callback
douche.
to the finger.
Is it?
I mean, I don't know, but it
It
seems
also
like
just
it could
feels
be.
it could be, and it just feels like that's what a frat guy would do. Is he would have a foam finger
Yeah.
on while drinking and point it at someone
Yeah.
and be like, "You, I know you. I want to talk to you."
Yeah.
Just feels like,
Felt real.
yeah, feels like what frat bros would do or frat bros would do. Beam.
I don't know. I really
thoughts?
wish I wasn't, 36 and a parent where I could do that and maybe like be able to apologize for it later. But just take foam fingers, go around everywhere and point him. But I kind of respect the move to invite him to a funeral. Your dad's funeral the very next day. Yeah, no, I think that's like, all right, let's test this motherfucker.
Well,
let's see
I mean, she's
what he
doing
can
it because
handle.
she's pushing people away. That's her whole thing,
Yes.
right? She's like, I can't let anyone close to me. Although, ironically enough, having somebody accompany you to your father's funeral is, if not like one of the most intimate things you can do.
Yes.
But she's trying to scare him away, like, oh, like he'll surely not want to see me, like
Well,
after this.
Little does she know, like, he is all in from the very beginning.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just thinking. I think like subtly she was, trying to make it work, but also testing him, seeing where he was at. It didn't push him away. Obviously, that might have been her ultimate goal at the time, but I think subtly she was trying to see what he could withstand.
All right, third meet cute, because there are so many meet cutes in this movie.
meet cutes.
This is where they are attending a flea market together.
Mm-hmm.
Adam is with his girlfriend, who is awful, but she
Who
is
looks also not dissimilar to Natalie Portman's character.
not dissimilar, no. And he's with Jake Johnson and his awful girlfriend. She is played wonderfully by Ophelia Lovibond. I mean, she's awful, but like she's doing a great job.
She does
of
that
being
character
awful.
really well.
Yes,
yeah.
very much so.
Yeah.
And so they meet up at this. Obviously, Adam is unavailable at this point because he has this girlfriend. But,
But he's available.
Yeah,
He's
he's like, put your
available.
number in my phone.
yes.
Let's hang out.
And then he's very much available because the girlfriend, Vanessa, starts fucking his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because she is fucking his dad, we get the fourth meet cute where he gets out of his mind drunk, starts calling people, and he wakes up remembering nothing on Portman's floor, and hijinks ensue because her roommates start fucking with him in just a wonderful, wonderful scene. So this fourth meet cute, the third and fourth are kind of tied together, but, you know, they're two separate ones.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about this one? Does this make up for the earlier weirdness for you?
It not really, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it was I was like, all right, get to the point, guys. I get it. And I mean, I know, it all kind of has to track, but it just felt like maybe we didn't. Well, yeah, because I guess the girlfriend fucking the dad is like a big driver. I was like, maybe we didn't really need that, but
It's like
I don't
becomes
know.
his character.
It becomes
Yeah.
it
That's
becomes
like
a
the whole
defining
reason.
characteristic of
Yeah.
him.
yeah, and it's like it bonds them together at one point when they like go to dinner.
They go
or
to dinner
whatever,
together
yeah.
and they're talking about Burning Man. Yeah, I mean, it's an important plot point. They don't forget about it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Beam,
That's true.
what are your thoughts on these last two?
The last two? I mean, the one where they like run into each other at the farmers markets, like take it or leave it. I don't think we needed that one at all.
Well, it sets up the later one.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, I think there's other ways you obviously could have done it, but
Very
yes,
much
I
so.
mean, it does set it up. I mean, I like the last one because I think that might have been Ashton. That was like the peak for Ashton Kutcher's like acting in this movie.
It's because he
to be
was
complete and
channeling
total
his
drunk
dude, where's
asshole.
my car character where he's completely clueless about shit and people just fuck with him.
Completely. And so I think this works for him there. And then the introduction to the whole crew.
This whole movie is just one big callback to other Adam Sandler movies. Like there's the multiple timelines.
Ashton
for
Kutcher
it.
movies.
Yeah, what did I say? Ashton
Adam
Sandler.
Sandler.
Which perfect for our 51st dates. And yeah.
Yes.
It's like I don't even remember what's happening. But yeah, I feel like the time jumps are the butterfly effect,
And
then
his character,
the
and
him
then
waking up is like the dude, where's my car? What
Yeah.
other movies he's?
I mean,
in?
he's
Not many
only
movies.
got those notes, really.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
Happens in Vegas he was in once, another very unsuccessful rom-com.
So I think it worked, for that final scene, the fourth meet cute, that one. But I also like by the time I got to it, I'm like, okay, yeah, they should be together. All right, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, they have to
It's
like
about
really
time.
introduce it multiple times for you to even believe. Because the first time you're like, "There's no way they're getting together," and then the second time you're like, "Oh,
Maybe.
nah, maybe," and then you're like, "Okay,
Okay,
It's like,
here it
all right,
comes.
I'm now ready to believe this reality you're about to set in front of me."
And then when he's calling, he's like, oh, come on, she's in your phone, you're calling her at some point because that other scene. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite part about it is definitely Patrice, Greta Gerwig's character, telling him like how big he was and stuff, and like I don't think I could handle that much pleasure.
No, yeah, she was like, I didn't think I could, feel that much pain, and that I
Yeah.
would like it.
That I would like it. Yeah, that whole bit is the best part. Again, Greta Gerwig
See, I
steals this
wasn't
movie.
thinking that the pain was related to the size of the dick. Like, I was thinking it was like
An emotional
tying
pain.
up like kind of like I'm gonna hurt you type. Like,
I thought it was more about a
BDSM
moment
type
in time.
pain.
See, honestly, the only thing I could think of why Natalie Portman would want to be with Ashton Kutcher is he has a hog. So I don't know. I can't tell you. Beam, how are you scoring this round? The meet cutes.
For the meet cutes, I think I got to go 10-9 Friends with Benefits, just because as much as I didn't like that running scene, it does set them up as like a really good pair, at least in the beginning. As for the No Strings Attached, the time jumps, you lost me a little bit there. Like
Yeah,
I can do without. I was trying to make sense
agree.
of them.
I also go Friends with Benefits, and because it is just a more fun, lighthearted, romantic comedy intro to a couple, where there's a lot of thinking and working and like time placement you have to do with No Strings Attached. So,
Are you going 10-9, 10-8? What's your score here?
I'll go 10-8. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also have 10-8 to
So
Friends with Benefits.
Yeah.
It just takes so long, and the opening two are so what the fuck to me. Like, can I finger you? And then going to your dad's funeral, like, I get it to an extent, but like it's also so off-putting that like it takes a lot to get me back, and it does get me back. Like I like No Strings Attached. I want to be clear, but like it's a bit off-putting, especially when I'm like analyzing it now. I'm like, damn, man, like, and it takes like half an hour.
Yeah.
It's so long. So yeah, for the meet cute specifically, I have to give it 10-8 to Friends with Benefits. It's really great. I love the meet cute. I do hear you about the flash mob, but also I like.
will take no flash mob slander.
Well,
like, bring them back.
I don't want to bring them back, but I like that it was a snapshot of a time and it really captured a moment.
Yeah, you're
and
like,
so
I know when this came out.
I know where this movie is.
I thought when you said we're going to be here for a moment, I thought a flash mob was going to happen, and I was going to walk right out. I was going to leave.
You were going to fuck off?
Yeah, missed opportunity.
No.
All right, so we're going to go to round 3 now. Round 3 is the dating montage, or in this case, the sex montage. We are once again going to go through them movie by movie. I'll start with No Strings Attached this time. This sex montage seems to be based on exploration of different locations to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
So there are scenes of them having sex in different places. There's one where Emma puts on 3D glasses and stares at Ashton Kutcher's what I'm assuming is a hog.
Right.
I don't think that's how that works.
She said it was like nice. I wouldn't describe like the way she describes. She like says he has like a carefree dick. I feel like if it's too big, it can't be carefree.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I also feel like 3D glasses.
It's already coming at you.
It's already coming at. It's in 3D.
Yeah.
I don't know what 3D
What's the
glasses
point?
does to it. So there was that scene, and then
fucking hate that part of it. Yeah. Okay.
then there's also a piece where she is seemingly doing some kind of invasive procedure on Adam's character.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
Adam.
she's the prostate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like he very much likes it, and I like that
who
for
else
them.
liked it though?
Sean William Scott in Road Trip.
Oh no, I was gonna say, didn't Justin Timberlake I thought he was in it in Friends with Benefits though.
Into the
There's
butt
a
stuff.
tie-in. I thought there was like a touching butt sort of thing.
I can't remember.
Stuff? I don't remember.
There was one funny scene in the Friends with Benefits montage that we will get to right now.
Yeah.
So Friends with Benefits, there's a bunch of stuff. They're operating on a theory. So I'm just going to wrap for a moment. It seems that they are like presenting a thesis to you as the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And it is that good sex is all about communication.
100%.
And I agree with that thesis. And they communicate throughout, and they're just talking about what each other like, and they are talking about how to best please one another, and that works a lot.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about this thesis is that they seem to be saying that couples can't do this because there's too much like emotion attached with a couple that you can't be honest about your communication or for like fear of being judged. I don't like that part. It just seems like you haven't found the right person, guys. Like, quit being so immature.
Yeah, just date someone who can
date someone who can like
can be emotionally available
and non-judgmental. But it works for the character, so I will say that.
Yeah.
The funny bit is she starts saying, "Oh my butt, oh my butt." Jamie does, and Justin Timberlake asks her like, "Oh really, in the butt?" And she's like, "No, my butt is cramping," and he needs to get her a pillow. And then it comes back. They take a beat, and he's like, "So no butt stuff." So he just wants to get in the butt. I don't know about him and his butt. as it were.
I could have sworn there
I
was
just
a
said
moment
but
where it
a
got
lot.
like brought up, and
Maybe.
he had to like defend it like Harry Potter.
There's a lot of stuff that he's defending in this movie. Harry Potter, his belief that closing time is by Third Eye Blind. There's the song Jump by Criss Cross. There's a lot of stuff that he's defending. But anyway, the sex montage.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are we trying to say that like Jump by Criss Cross is indefensible?
No, it's a jam.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't need any
wanted
defense.
I just wanted to be certain. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the sex montage. Brie, how are you feeling about it?
Honestly, I liked the Friends with Benefits montage. Do I like Friends with Benefits? Am I going to find out at the end of this podcast that I liked that movie better? I feel like that's what's happening. Well, because it's like they're like having fun together. They're like it's more like the communication, and that's how like they're able to make things like so good, and that kind of like sets up that base for it, and it's just more like endearing, whereas No Strings Attached is like we're fucking all these different ways
In all these different places, and this is
and
super
it's like
cool.
It's not really about getting like to know each other or like having any kind of like base relationship, which is like the whole point is like it's just sex. We're just, and they even say we're going to use each other for sex,
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, I mean, because it is important to Emma's character because it's like she's so busy that because she's a medical student that he just needs to show up wherever ready to go. And he's just, because he's so into her, he's like, yeah, let's do that. So, but like, there's nothing except for like sight gags in the sex montage for me, at least. Like,
absolutely.
And the communication, it's funny. I like it. I like the Friends with Benefits one. Beam, where do you stand on this?
I mean, I don't want to repeat a lot of it. Where it's Friends with Benefits. I think it's the better one, just in terms of like how they're exploring it. I guess the one thing too, it's like when you're watching the one with No Strings Attached, when they're in the surgical room, how? I mean that more is like in terms of just like realistically, no one's gonna walk by that and see that. Like, there's no moment where someone's just gonna catch a glimpse and be like, "What's going on in there?"
Well, I think the danger is part of the excitement.
The exhibition.
I
like,
know. I
being
just don't.
caught.
It seems like too risky. I don't think it's possible. I think you're getting caught
It
one way
seems
or another.
extremely unsanitary to do in a hospital
I mean,
as
that
well.
pisses
Like
me off too,
but
irresponsible
Go
by
into
Natalie
that
Portman.
after. Yeah, right.
I kind of felt like we'd moved
You're
on
training
from
to
that
be a
regard.
doctor? I don't trust that. Come on now. So yeah, it's Friends with Benefits for me. I'm going 10-9 in this round. It's close. I don't think Friends with Benefits like does it, and it does annoy me that they're like so emotionally damaged and unavailable that like, no, you could do this if you were a couple. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm still giving it to Friends with Benefits. I like the communication. It's more fun. The sight gags do work on me slightly, but then like when I dig deeper, it's like the 3D glasses, like that.
It wasn't.
It's already 3D. I don't.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's like not. You couldn't have thought of anything else.
Come on now.
You
Be a
know?
little bit more creative.
I agree. I'm gonna go with Friends with Benefits. I guess 10-9.
10-9.
Yeah, it's not close, but
I mean, it's one of the more where are we at? 9-7, 10-8. You know, now we're 10-9
I
is
think
getting
I
there.
like Friends
that.
with Benefits. That's
Listen,
crazy.
The one thing that kind of upsets people about MMA fights, it's like, or even just like fights as a whole, where it's like, if you took it as a totality, you know, one person should have won, but we're going round by round here, so it kind of gives us sort of a different thing.
Yeah.
Different result.
And we have to do it by the criteria put in front of us. Let's get to the next part. So, the breakup. The will they, won't they. Key part of any rom-com. You have to have a convincing breakup because you have to make the audience question whether they're going to end up together so that it's all happy when they do end up together. So, in Friends with Benefits, I'll start there with this one. And actually, both movies have two breakups because there's the end of the arrangement of the Friends with Benefits, which is just Mila Kunis saying she wants to date and Timberlake responding with, okay, because they're mature about it. I like that. And then there's the big breakup, which is a more important, impactful one. And in Friends with Benefits, what happens is Mila Kunis's character is trapped in like the saw thing, the saw girl in half thing contraption. I don't know what to call it. But we know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So she's trapped in there while Timberlake is talking to his sister, and he says some really mean stuff. The most cutting of which is Magnum PI could not figure out what is going on inside of her head. That cuts. They break up, understandably so, and you're left questioning whether they're going to be together. In No Strings Attached, the initial breakup comes because they snuggle with clothes on without having sex, and that freaks Emma out, Natalie Portman's character. And then the big breakup comes when they are on a date on Valentine's Day together, and it just becomes way too much for Emma all at once, and she starts physically assaulting Ashton Kutcher, and he calls her miniature, and then they have the big breakup. Bree, the breakups, which one was more convincing? Which one did you enjoy better?
I guess I can see the Natalie Portman one being is the more like realistic, more convincing kind of breakup, where it's like this girl's like, listen, I'm not really like into anything, and the guy's like, well, let me just take you on this date and like let's see, and then they have a nice time, and then she's like confused, and so it like kind of comes from that. So I could see that. I think as like a movie trope classic, the like person being not seen but they hear everything is very classic, and like and it being like a very sad moment, and then her to like pop her head out of like a fucking like magician's box is like, it gives you kind of like that, like, okay, we're back, but we're in the comedy, like this was sad still, but we're back in this. So okay, well, so what I will say, and I guess I don't know if it counts as part of the breakup, but when she's going back after her like sister's wedding, when Natalie Portman's character is like going back to try to like tell him that she like loves him or whatever, and she like gets out of the car and she calls her sister, and she's like, I lost him. Like, that scene was so powerful. I just like, I felt like I was like, oh damn girl, like that's so sad. Like that scene really got me emotionally. So I feel like that's the one that like sticks out the most, but it's not really like a breakup, because then they like,
well, I think it's part of it, because at least, well, it's the in between the breakup and the reconciliation, but I think you can count that as part of the breakup, because it certainly, the emotions come from the breakup. Beam, what about you? Where do you stand on these?
I don't know. It's none of them really stand out to me in terms of, or like are really stuck with me. The Mila Kunis, or sorry, the No Strings Attached with Kutcher and Portman. The scene itself just kind of like didn't work for me. The concept, I think, of just like what you're saying is you're doing all these things that I've already said I'm not into. You're kind of forcing it, and then the switch in her brain is like just trying to end it, sort of thing. Made sense. It was like the pushing and the tackling part of it, where it was like, I can't tell if this is supposed to be funny or if this is like a very serious moment type deal.
Yeah, because then also Kutcher's like, you're miniature, and like talking shit about her size, and it's like, is this funny or is this emotional? Because it's kind of both.
Sort of
it's
makes
not really.
sense.
It's not totally threading the line. I don't know.
I guess it sort of makes sense though, only in the moment where it's like he's trying to make it a light moment and she's not having it at all. But I mean, I try to not, and like I see what you're saying in terms of like it doing like the old trope of like, oh, someone secretly heard what you're saying. I will say though, just to almost stick up for Friends with Benefits a little bit, it did very much lean into that whole idea of, hey, we're very self-aware, we're a rom-com type deal. Mm-hmm. Not to say that was that moment, I guess, but I don't know. So I don't like it. The trope part of it like kind of took me out of it as well, but it's not as egregious to me as like what happened with No Strings Attached. So I'm gonna go 10-9 Friends with Benefits on this.
I'm gonna go 10-9 No Strings Attached, and it's really close to me because I like the Friends with Benefits one, because it also really makes sense for the characters to me. It doesn't feel like Justin Timberlake is actually saying these mean things about Mila Kunis. It's more like he's telling himself these things.
Yeah, he has to. Yeah, because he's not there for it, so he's like, it's her, not me.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And
he can't look at himself.
He's not mature enough. And I like that the sister is calling him out in that moment. Mm-hmm. So like, I really like the Friends with Benefits one, and I do like the sight gag of Mila Kunis being in this contraption. Like, that works for the comedic aspect of it as well. But the No Strings Attached one, it's a little bit more convincing. And like you said, like when Natalie Portman realizes it, Now, I'm not sure what flips the switch for her. That's what still
that's
is like the
unclear.
disconnect for me.
Yeah.
Apart from being at her sister's wedding,
Yeah.
and that seems pretty shallow if that's all that's doing it for
Well,
you.
he even calls her out. He's like, well, you're at your sister's wedding and
Yeah.
you're seeing everybody happy. And you're like, this is the only person who's really like I'm the only person who's like expressed wanting to do that with you,
Yeah, no, but that breakup move by Natalie Portman, it makes so much sense for her character. And I like the initial breakup as well with them a little bit better, because when they initially break up and then Kutcher tries to hook up but ends up in the middle of a lesbian threesome.
Yeah.
And then she comes in all hammered and starts swinging around a fucking tennis racket.
Yeah.
That's what puts it over the edge for me, is like the first breakup in Friends with Benefits is so just like a nothing burger that like, because the other two are so close, I'm going back to that initial breakup, and it's just that little bit that's going to push it over the edge for No Strings Attached for me. But 10-9, it's close. I like both of them quite a bit. Bree, did you score this one yet?
No, not yet. Oh, God. I think it's 10-9 Friends with Benefits.
Oh, my goodness. Do you like
I
Friends with
I think
Benefits
I like
better?
Friends with
I'm not gonna lie,
Benefits.
that's not where I thought you were going based on the description.
I was just thinking about it more and kind of like, like the whole kind of like the whole manic pixie dream girl adjacentness of Natalie Portman's character, of her like running into that apartment, and it's just kind of like, you're like, it's not. What do you like? Okay, so like you very clearly then like it, and I that's the point, is that she's always had to like push her things aside because it's like other people, like whatever. But and that whole, even that background story with like the mom and her, and like that just felt kind of like not really fully there. Whereas I feel like Friends with Benefits really was like, yo, her mom's fucked up, and that's why she's got emotional availability issues.
Yeah, she doesn't even know who her dad is, because seemingly her mom doesn't even know who her dad is, which is that's rough.
Right.
That's weird.
That's tough. All right, so are you 10-9 Friends with
10-9
Benefits?
Friends with Benefits.
Okay. Round 5, we have the reconciliation and the happily ever after. Interestingly enough, it is the male lead's fathers having some sort of ailment that ultimately brings them back together in a kind of roundabout way.
Yep.
So in Friends with Benefits, Richard Jenkins has Alzheimer's, and in a very touching and sweet moment, Justin Timberlake takes his pants off and sits in an airport with him, and he tells a story about the girl that got away that was not his mother. Very touching story, very touching moment between the two of them. And then he somehow convinces, I'm not sure the mechanics of how he got her there, but he gets Mila Kunis to come to Grand Central, which is a callback to the movie within a movie, because that takes place at Grand Central. And another flash mob breaks out to Jump, callback to him loving Jump, and Semisonics, Closing Time, which he now knows is Semisonic, callback to the whole discussion earlier. A lot of callbacks, really working really hard to tie in all the elements of the film to this final reconciliation. The big line is he gets down on one knee like he's going to propose, and he says, "Jamie, will you be my best friend again?"
Beautiful. Because like, really, what is a partner if not a best friend?
They should be a best friend.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, are we asking opinions now on
Yes.
this particular one?
How do you feel about this one? Tell us about how you hate fun again.
The fucking flash mob.
No, what do I have to say about this, really? I mean, yeah, there is a flash mob. It's centered around a fucking flash mob. They have a discussion in the middle of it. Like, he's standing on steps, and she can't hear him. And they're thinking that there was something, like, I forget exactly what they said the cause was.
Well, he says, I should have thought about this more, because in the movies, they have the discussion and then they add the music after the fact, but he's doing it in real life,
I don't
because
even
he's
think
doing the whole meta,
Yeah.
I'm in a
Yeah.
rom-com thing.
Because
When
he knows
they're in a
that's what she
rom-com.
likes. 'Cause
Yeah.
she loves rom-coms.
She loves rom-coms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a great one. Is like, which one do you think her favorite rom-com is? Like, would she like? Friends with
What's her
Benefits?
Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I want to know her Mount Rushmore.
I mean, in my mind, though, I was more, though, thinking, like, I don't think the music's the issue. Just walk right up to her. She's right over there. Like, just go up to her, and then you'd be able to have the conversation. I'm just pissed off about the flash mob, really.
You're pissed off about the flash mob and
Yeah,
looking
I
for
wouldn't be able to
things.
focus on someone professing their undying love for me if people are dancing in the background.
Although I did really,
Agreed.
I like the scene though with Natalie Portman though, like going to the hospital after his dad was sorry, we haven't gotten to the description of that, but
Well,
I'm kind of
would you-
jumping to it.
Do you want to share opinions on Friends with Benefits first, or would
I
you like me to go? You loved
I
it?
did. Yeah. Well, I like all the wrapping up. I like a good callback, and I think that it did the meta on it very, very well.
I agree. I think so. And so, the no strings attached one. In this one, the father's ailment is that he overdoses on scissorp because, and I quote, he loves Lil Wayne. That is the whole explanation for it.
Yeah.
And
Like,
I fucking love it.
This is why I would. It's a 10-8 for me. Like, is where I'm gonna go for this. One, Friends with Benefits has a flash mob in it, and then it just goes on forever. It just doesn't stop. No strings attached. How do we get brought together here? It's Kevin Kline overdosing on lean.
On lean because he loves Lil Wayne.
Loves Lil Wayne.
It's fucking
That's
excellent.
amazing. That is an amazing bit.
Yeah, so Mindy Kaling calls Emma because she knows that his dad's in the hospital. And so Emma shows up. At that very moment, Ashton Kutcher is yelling at Emma's voicemail saying, "Do not text me. Do not call me. If you really miss me so bad, show up and talk to me." And of course, because this is a rom-com, she shows up in that very moment.
Here.
And this is where I have a really hard time with the no strings attached one. The big line is, "I have to warn you, if you come any closer, I'm not letting you go." It's really fucking bad. It's a
bad.
threat. And he's so creepy and stalkery the whole movie. Like, and that's the line?
Well, I know. I think it's not the whole movie. I think this has just been Ashton Kutcher.
That's
Yeah.
just him, and she's into it now? That's what I don't get. I love No Strings Attached, but I have
Yeah.
so many problems with this ending.
Yeah,
Like,
agree.
I don't like the
Not
speech.
great.
I hate it so much. I do love that the whole scissor, like, it's in keeping with the movie kind of being a slapstick comedy the whole time. But like that line, it kills me, and I don't know why she's into it. Like that's why I'm having so much trouble with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's threatening. It's uncomfortable. I'm never letting you go. And like you can tell also that's like a line that somebody wrote that and they were like, yeah.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
shows how much he loves her.
Yeah, this is like the next Notebook. like, but
They needed to go back to the drawing room with that line. They really did.
Yeah,
Being- what-
I know. I just said 10-8. I guess I pushed that line out of my head. I agreed. I was like, why is he saying that to her? Like it felt. Yeah,
It's so threatening.
I
But
felt
it's like you've
uncomfortable in the
also
moment.
never let her go this whole time. Like it was never. He just
It's
never was.
now
gonna
just
let
all
go.
of a sudden she might be into
Yeah.
it, so this line's appropriate now.
Right.
I don't get it. I really don't. And I do like this movie. It's I watch
No, it's
it all
like
the time.
I think it's cute, and I enjoyed watching it more than I enjoyed watching Friends with Benefits. But it's interesting to like break it down into the parts of the movies and what I like from a movie, and to see that even though like I have more fun watching No Strings Attached, I'm actually like, oh, Friends with Benefits is like a better movie, like
So
the
that-
structure of a movie.
So that's where I stand with it too. I think like that's I enjoy watching No Strings Attached more, and I've like gone to it more. But because all these rounds are focusing in on the couple specifically, and because I have problems with the couple, like it kind of breaks the movie down. But like if we just talked about not them, but we talked about all the Friends stuff, I would be raving about this movie because it's all fucking amazing. So like it's weird to do the exercise, but like in this round, I gotta go 10. I'll go 10-9. I'll be kind to Friends with Benefits because I do love the scissor thing, but also like,
You mean No Strings Attached?
well, I'm going to go 10-9 Friends with Benefits because
Okay,
I love the
I see,
scissor thing,
Yeah.
and that's so funny. But like that last line is so bad that I can't give it the win. I would go 10-8, but the scissor thing allows me to go 10-9. I can give it a little bit of grace in that. Beam, you going to 10-9 Friends with Benefits? Or are you going where are you going? Are you 10-9?
I mean, I guess there would have to be a little bit of. I don't know. I mean, the Kevin. I do like sort of that whole build up of just like Natalie Portman doing that. You know, I let him go. Got to go fight him back thing. I fight for him back thing. I like that. The fucking like the donut smear in the face thing. I don't know why that part.
It is funny.
That is sweet. When she calls her sister, she's like, "How much money do you have?" And she's like, "I have $10." She's like, "Okay, well, a box of donuts is $6, and you're gonna need about 2 of them." Like, it is very cute.
No, I mean I like that part of it. I like the sister like being like, I mean I guess I don't know. It is selfless like on her sister's part, being like, "Hey, it's my wedding day, but we're gonna focus on you and what you need right now."
Well, it's kind of a full circle moment because Emma's always been the rock for everybody.
Sure.
And
Right. And now it's like her turn.
It's her turn.
Yeah, the rock that brings some strange dude to their dad's
The
funeral.
fucking stalker,
but,
bro.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I that part I like to lead up. The line at the end, I didn't think about it that much because I immediately hated it, and I was just like, "Cool, you tried to do a Jerry Maguire thing and didn't land for you at all." And then the friends with benefits, it's got a fucking flash mob. I can't. I'm sorry. Like it, and even like as like a thing where like I don't find it like cute either. I just don't think it like brings any. I don't then to like try and have a whole moment in the middle of it. It just. Even the line, like, I want you to be my best friend, like, I get it. Yes, that should be at least, I feel like, implied in terms of, like, it's not one that I thought was all that good. It, like, was serviceable to me.
It was serviceable. It was not threatening and creepy. So, like, it
Right,
gets
right.
the nod.
And that's why that part gets the nod. Overall,
Yeah.
I had to sit in a flash mob for it. So it's 10-8. I'm going to just stick with it because I'm being stubborn.
This sounds
I don't want
9-8, but okay, be stubborn. Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
be
your
stubborn. I'm
scorecard.
not
It's your
gonna,
rules.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going 10-8 to Friends with Benefits because of the flash mob.
You know, I appreciate that.
I think because he
Let's get
coordinated
real
that
petty
for
with
her.
the scorecard.
He,
Yeah, he did.
No,
That's
I
impressive.
And to manage that many people at one time and to do all the things to get people to a specific place to get them to do the thing that
I
you
still
need
don't
them to do
understand
at
how
the
he
time.
got her there, though.
I don't remember. Was it he was
thought it was
supposed
Woody
to?
Harrelson.
No,
on
because
that
he
one.
was like quitting his job, I think, at GQ or something, and she was gonna be there for another reason. I don't remember.
And she
how
was trying to
ended
stop him from leaving at Grand Central, maybe? Okay.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Not important, but it works.
Yeah.
It works for you.
Yeah, it did. It was a wholesome bring together, and I liked that.
They had a flash mob.
I loved the flash mob. I mean, it's just like their love. It's spontaneous, and you don't know where it came from,
And it's fun.
you know. But everyone's doing it all around you. You're like, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, but I liked that the dad being sick was more of like the way for him to kind of like
Get over his bullshit.
yeah, to like get real, to be like, oh shit, like life really, like you only get this one life, and like you have to make it matter, and like where and his dad's thing was, you know, like a thing that kind of more existed where like the dad in No Strings Attached just like partied a little too hard, and it was just like this is a freak kind of like accident, you know.
It's so funny, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I will say with the Alzheimer's thing, and maybe I don't know it well enough, but I just thought his recall for something that just happened was fairly impressive.
Yeah.
That part was the thing I was like,
Well,
sort of like,
they
how does he know this so intimately? That's
They
going
they
on?
establish it, and having some experience with Alzheimer's, like it's moments of clarity interrupted by periods of nothingness.
Well, isn't that how they
Sure.
play that
And-
scene too, where they have that moment
Yeah.
and he has that clarity scene and you zoom out and then he's not wearing pants,
Yep.
you know, like it, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, they play it that way,
Yeah.
and, you know, it does work that way to an extent. All right, so we do have a bonus round,
yeah,
and
it's
this
a
is
bonus
where
round.
No Strings Attached
I
could
did not
make a
the
comeback.
box for a bonus round.
Well, you
How
got to
do I
add
it
it
to
in,
a
and I don't even
So
know how you
you're
score
gonna,
it.
like, write-
Oh, no, I know. Jeez, fair.
Taking her chance to woman-splain, love that.
Ready. I just took like Excel basics training, so
Okay, I'm going to flex.
I'm gonna flex on you with
Yeah.
my spreadsheet skills.
I was making books and
Love that.
transporting formats across books.
So the bonus round, and I think this is an important question to ask after any rom-com, and it's one that I always ask myself. Once the credits roll, let's imagine these characters are in real life. How long is that relationship actually going to last?
Yeah, Friends with Benefits is built to last. You know, I think because
Okay.
they had that basis of friendship, they took the time to get to know each other, and like, whereas there's not really any getting to know each other in No Strings Attached. He just like from the get go likes this girl or whatever at camp, and then like he's just like into her, and you have to like buy into it. Of course, you buy into it because it's easy to buy into, because who wouldn't be? Because Natalie Portman's beautiful, but like, you know, it there's no, like, they don't know each other at all. Like, eventually the sex is gonna peter out, and there's gonna be what, like, you know,
his creepiness.
And, yeah, his like lack of respect for her boundaries.
Yes.
And her space and time. Like, he, like, you know, he's trying to make all these plans with her, and shit, and she's like, but she's in med school. Like, let her be.
That's the thing, is like, at the end of the day, like, I do believe Timberlake and Kunis, like, I think they are built to last. Like, that is going all the way. To me, after this whole wedding situation, like, I'm putting 2 weeks on that thing.
Oh yeah,
like
100%.
it's not gonna last.
It's not long. Well, because also, yeah, like you said too, is that like Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake, they come into it at an even playing field.
Yeah.
Where like the playing field between Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman's not even. It's just built on him pursuing her, and then so what? Then he like has her, and then that's like it, and then
he continues to not respect her boundaries and gets really fucking annoying
Right.
because he's always in her shit while she's in med school and has
Yeah.
stuff going on. So I just don't, like, when I step back, I just don't see No Strings Attached. Like, I don't see it. I do enjoy the movie, though. I want to make that clear.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. I have, yeah, like I said, I have way more fun watching No Strings Attached than I do Friends with Benefits. But yeah, if I'm thinking about, yeah, like the breaking it down, the structure of a movie, that Friends with Benefits is the better movie, it turns out.
Yeah, I think
Twist.
so. And I think this relationship lasts longer. Beam, what are your thoughts on the relationship lasting?
Oh, no, I don't agree with 2 weeks.
No?
No.
Okay.
It's going to be like a day. That thing is over, like, literally. We may not even get out of that evening.
Well, Beam, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And you can tell me to fuck off if you want. But,
Okay.
like, this seems similar to you and Sarah's relationship, where you just broke her down over time, and now you guys are about to go on your second child.
Down over time.
She wasn't that into it at first, and you broke her down. And
No,
now
that's
here you guys
fair.
Or
are.
the Ashton.
That is, apparently I'm the Ashton.
He's the
yes,
Ashton.
Absolutely. Fair enough.
So do you have more respect for it? Do you think it's gonna last?
She
She's
was
like,
not
it's
into it.
very realistic.
She was not completely into it at first. No, at all. No, not at all. Yeah, apparently convinced her. Are married and continue to be.
How
Thank
long
you
have
for
you
that.
been married
second kid.
for?
It's been 6 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So can Ashton and Natalie make it like you and Sarah did?
Can Ash? No, not at all, not at all. Because I don't know if Sarah is like emotionally unavailable and damaged, maybe as Natalie Portman is.
No.
In this sort of situation, or like, I think her dad just died as well. Like when we met. So no, I don't see it working out. I think that shit lasts a day. I see that falling apart immediately. I also don't think that the first thing I said to Sarah was, "Can I finger you?" I don't know if that was one of the first lines that I said to her. So yeah, no, I don't think so. And then kind of, as we've already mentioned, the chemistry between Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis, where this was like ever present and continued. And it's just funny enough that Ashton Kutcher and I can't even say Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are together now.
Yeah.
I would have to. Are we? Is this a round? Is this going towards the overall
Basically,
score?
I was trying to see if we could get No Strings Attached to win, because it's not going
It's
to
not.
on
There's
our
no
scorecards,
fucking
but
way
we
that
really
it is
like
going
it.
to.
Yeah.
We all really like it, but I don't think it's going to win. So I was trying to see if we could get it to win, but no. So we don't
No,
even
there's
need
no-
to
yeah.
score it.
You know what's
That's
hilarious enough is that I know. Well, we'll get to it, but you might be shocked by your score. I will be. I will be perfectly honest.
I feel
Given
like
how you came into this
I
conversation,
know.
like emphatically.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this movie. This movie sucks.
All right,
Anyway.
so we are going to take a quick 2-minute break to tabulate the scores, and then we will be back with the announcement of the winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges scored the contest 48-46, 47-47, and 47-43 for your winner by majority decision and new champion of the movie where people try to hook up without catching feelings but ultimately fail, Friends with Benefits!
It earned it.
Deserving victory.
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
agree.
47-43, Bree.
Wow.
Who was-
I like the biggest? I was the biggest.
You were the biggest gap.
Spread.
Yeah, you're the biggest gap here.
Wow.
Who was the tie? You tied?
I
Okay.
tied.
Okay.
You were the 48
46?
46 score.
Okay. I mean, that's probably how I ultimately feel about it. Like, Friends with Benefits just edges it out for me because I do really enjoy both movies. I'm not, I really do enjoy No Strings Attached. But yeah, I mean, I just think Friends with Benefits is slightly better. All right. Well, before we get out of here, we need to give a bunch of thank yous. The first thank you goes to Bree for joining us here on this
Thank you
episode.
for having
Thank
me.
you, Bree.
Absolutely. Thank you
Yeah.
for showing up. Do you have anything to plug for the listeners before we get out of here?
I guess you can follow me on social media. I have an Instagram, and it's just at Bree Morrison Comedy.
Okay.
And that's it. And then I don't know when things are coming out, but I've got shows in May and.
Ooh, we're releasing these in June. We've got anything in June?
I got
June,
nothing
July,
in June. I'm not
August?
booked yet. So.
Well, yeah, just follow her on social media to keep
and then
up with
I
that
will let
stuff.
you know where they are.
Great.
You can follow me on there.
And we can post it on our Instagrams because we have the technology to do that. We're friends now.
What?
It's great. Yeah.
Wait, are we?
I don't think yet. Not
I don't
yet.
think
Oh,
I know.
okay.
Did you?
I think we're friends now.
Oh.
We just bonded
Oh,
it.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I thought you meant
thought,
like
you
on
know what?
social
No,
media.
not
Like, do
like
you
in real
follow
life
me?
now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you were
no,
talking
this was
for
nice.
real.
Yeah.
I'm talking for real life.
No.
I
not
don't deal
real
with
life.
social media.
I thought real life was social media. I didn't know that we were friends on there yet.
I see the
So,
disconnect now.
That's where I was confused.
All right, Beam, what other thank yous do we have to give out here?
It seems like we have to thank everyone for even just like tuning in and listening, but
Yes.
also we got to give
Stuck
a
it
thank
out.
you to Alec Lewis, the audio engineer for this whole thing.
Yeah.
Nick Bache for his video production, and Mikey Bache for supervising this whole production.
Keep it in the
Smoking
family.
weed and looking handsome is mostly what Mikey does around
No
here.
dog this time. Little upset. What was Mikey? What's the dog's name again? Ernie. We have
We
no
miss
Ernie this time.
but we have Nipper still in the
We
background
have
as
Nipper.
always.
Yep.
Also, a big thank you to the Jive Hive for allowing us to use their studio for the production of this podcast. And finally, a thank you to our presenting sponsor, Metroland Now.
Yeah, so we're actually part of the Metroland Podcast Network. And if you want to learn more about all of this and Metroland Now itself, it is I heard a quibble over this, but it is the Metroland.com.
The Metroland.com, that is
confirmed.
correct. And it is
yeah.
Metroland Now on Instagram and Facebook if you want to follow it on the social media stuff.
Yep.
And to see what's happening with this podcast, you can follow me on @BedStyBear. There's an underscore there, but if you just search it, it'll show up. I've tested it. And Beam, where can people find you?
I'm Beam__O. That second underscore is important.
It's very
Very
important.
important.
That's good. And be sure to come back next week for episode 2 of this podcast. We will be talking about 80s franchise getting a revival in the 2010s. It is an action franchise.
Both
if
of
you
them.
want to try and figure that out, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thanks, y'all. Goodbye.
Bye.